Okay, now we're gonna do another example, but this one is regarding the features tracking. So we'll insert a file. We have our survey data in CSV format, ASCII text, perfect, and the structure is just like that. It's okay. We can also make a test to see if it's working as expected and organized as our data is. Now the projection, just like that. I won't change anything. It's just here we have this prompt, this dialog that says, do you wish to track change to the features from this file? So we'll hit yes. And now we can see all our points that have been imported, but they have some changes because they will be tracked. So if I modify these elements in my terrain, for example, we will have some warnings, and I will get prompt for displaying and showing what's going on with this point and whether I editing or modifying these properties. So what I'm gonna do is, for example, this one, the point number 100, I'm gonna change it to see it clearly. This one, I will say that this point is out of our surface. Okay, let's suppose that all the other points are correct and this one doesn't belong to our surface. So what I'm gonna do is I will delete it, and I get prompt with this dialog, track future modification. You have modified that track future. To accept change, you must document your reasons in this transaction record. So I will need to explain why I'm doing this change in the data. In this case, I will say that it's due to point out of the surface. This user and office ID is joined to the information when we log in into our account, but if we hit here in the plus, we can modify it just in case it's another user or another person in the office making this change. I will say okay, accept the change, and now we can see that I eliminated my point just as expected, but we will do the same exercise, but only modifying, not deleting. So instead of that, I'm gonna apply another change to see this point later. Apply, and now I'm gonna move it. Why? I will say that I will correct my survey data. So I will edit and I will move this point here, and I get prompt again. So I'm correcting. This point was moved to correct the survey data and accept the changes. Let's move it a little bit more. That's all. Now we can go here to this tracking tool and audit track features. We can see all the points we have in our file, but two of them have a red label. That are the points that I've modified. So in this case we have the point out of the surface that was the first one I imported, deleted, sorry, and the second one is the one I moved, point move to correct survey data. In this case I can show only the modified features to make it clearer for and I can also see what was the reason for the edit, who did this modification in the feature, and also if it was a mistake, or for example in this case we go again to our field and realize that it actually works this point for this surface. We can restore this point, and we will get from this restore the original track point. The modified point, if it exists, will remain as is. This modification record will be deleted. We hit OK, and our point will be again in its location. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we will create some other features that will be points, no tracking. With no tracking, so yeah, this one will be the number 1 mouse, and for example here this one will be ring 1, just like that. If I delete this one, I won't be prompt, because this point doesn't belongs to this file that I import with the CSV file. Also, if I had another CSV file or another topo data that I import and I don't need to track it, I just select no, and they won't be tracked and won't be displayed here. So yeah, if there's a case that I don't need this tracking feature for some of the points, it's possible, and it's important to know that in this case, if I delete points that are not being tracked, nothing happens in this dialog. And that's all. Okay, now we're gonna show our section window to display the design section, that it's this rural template, and our surveyed sections, that is our terrain. Here in section editor we can add fixed sections in case we need. We will add for hold the road, for example, let's say 10 meters. And here we can see specifically polylines for our topo, our subgrade, and the other surface that are in our template. Perfect. The next step will be determining the cutting and filling areas through color interventions. That's pretty easy. We can go to multiplot, and in our plan profile we can set double click shading, and here we have our cuts and fills. Cuts will be in red and our fills will be showing in green color. Let's say OK, and here we have our areas for cuts and fills. And also we will have to calculate our volume of cuts and fills amounts, so our quantities can be shown in our new data window. We can customize this report. So here in alignment I will do it every also 10 meters and showing our profile points and plan points. Columns. In columns we will have our station first of all, our stations, and our volumes, cuts, fills, and another layers or surface we have, for example surface 1 and surface 2. The same surface 1, surface 2, and yeah, let's say OK. We will display our design totals, and there we are. In this case this surface doesn't have quantities, but it works as an example. And how can we export this information? We can do it through export data to ASCII. We can set the destination if it's only for copy in the clipboard or creating a file. In this case we will create a new file that will be text from the start of the alignment till the end, including the title rows, and let's say OK. I will select the same name, save, yes, and here in this folder I have my cuts and fills. Also better workflow for this will be copy data to clipboard, and we can go to our favorite processing data for this kind of information. In this case I will copy to Microsoft Excel, Control V, and that's all. We can add a format for this table, for example a green one. OK, just like that. It's pretty easy. And also if I copy this table I can paste into an AutoCAD drawing or Civil 3D drawing that's compatible. And yeah, basically that's the way to how to save this data. And thank you so much for watching this video.